Anywho, how you doing? What are you saying?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing but chicken wing. So, welcome back. Number 2 with Lotan. This is you, the second time
Hola.
here. But the last time we did this, you had a raggedy mic. There was a third raggedy mic, but we sorted that out. We worked around that. Stay tuned. That's next week's episode. It's not. We don't know when we're going to put that out yet. But how is your leg? You fucked your leg up pretty bad.
My leg's fucked. My leg is spandangled. My leg... You know what? What's funny about my leg is actually... I was at the hospital earlier on. That's not the whole story, but it's a good start. So, basically...
We're pros.
Yeah, you know. So they do this... Like, they hold your legs steady and then, obviously, your kneecaps there and they sort of do this.
Yeah.
And it's not really meant to move very much. And they did it with my good leg. So that's solid. And they did it with my other leg, mate, and it was like...
Going for it.
It was a mess. Basically, the last time that I caught my leg up, I did my
karate, right?
ACL. Yeah. Well, I jumped off the stage first, and then 6
months
later,
yeah.
I was like, I'm Superman, I can carry on. And then karate came, and yeah, I should have really stood there and give it all this. I didn't, because I was a stupid amount of pain. That shit don't happen, by the way. I don't know how he did it. He's a child as well. There's no way I could stomach pain. He's a pussy, and there's no way he did it. Yeah. True shit.
How does it work in relation to, like, your schedule and everything else? Like, so when you kind of, like, say, right, I'm done now for a bit, like, do they get someone to backfill you?
So, we don't really have swings or anything. Now, a swing is someone who will fill your place or he'll have, like, 3 parts in the show, but not actually be a main part in the show until someone hurts themselves or wants to have time off or goes on holiday, blah, blah, blah. We don't really have that. So, it has been, again... because of what might be coming up over the next few months, I'm going to be having a bit of time out anyway. So, that's possibly. So, things are in place anyway to cover me.
Yeah. So,
let's say it's all's happened. It's been put into fast forward. Basically, it's been made happen a lot sooner than what it was meant to. So they have got people like sliding into slots, or the formation will change slightly, or it sounds like a bit of a ball ache, to be fair. And I mean, it is. I feel sorry for the other boys because they have to then go through re-rehearse things. But yeah, there's no like. It's not like a replacement. It's more like it's literally. How do I describe it? The choreography won't change. Yeah. But the formations of the choreography will. Like, they might have to take another person out of a number to make the formation look correct. Yeah. Due to the movement and stuff like that.
I read, now that we're talking about the Dream Boys again, I read, what was it I was reading? I think it was in a magazine that I found in a doctor's surgery, ironically, with Eddie, and they were talking about the Dream Boys in there, about how it's actually offensive to women for you guys to dance. Did you realise that? Some woman wrote an article along the lines of, I'll see if I can find it. She wrote something along the lines of, said like that it's vulgar and inappropriate to play up to the instinctive feelings of women and dance half naked in front of them on stage, knowing that instinctively that's what they want and you're exploiting that. And it's not they mentioned the Dream Boys in the UK, and then they mentioned a few, like a French group and a German group and whatever else group.
By opening a restaurant, I'm playing up to someone's needs to feed themselves.
Yeah, playing up to the biases of that. And they said it's something that she found offensive, having been to one of the shows and being paraded like cattle, is the way she put it.
She was being paraded.
She was being paraded like cattle. Yeah. So she said that she felt objectified.
She felt objectified.
She did very.
It
much
must have been very difficult sitting in the dark, not having anyone look at you for that period of time. I can imagine it was probably really daunting for her. Apologies for whoever.
No. I don't think that's the point. I think she can go fuck herself.
No. That was definitely sarcasm in my tone. Yeah. There. The woman can stick it where the sun don't shine.
Yeah, and it was a case of like
different courses, and it wasn't. You don't like it, don't come.
It was. Yeah, she was saying the same thing about women. Saying the same thing about like women as well. That like she feels that trades that basically sort of like caters or inflicts wanting or lust should be banned, or should be made illegal at the very least.
What makes that that any different from, again, someone...
Like a takeaway. I like pizza, so there's a pizza shop that's going there like pizza.
Yeah, exactly. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh my God, look, they're running the marathon. Dare we hold out a bottle of water for them? Like, why would we do that? Why would we feed their need to be hydrated?
Yeah,
that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it was a bullshit.
Take that bullshit elsewhere.
It was a ridiculous article, and I read that. I was like, I think I've got a picture of it that I'll show you. But I don't know. She also made the point of that it's very gender neutral, so that there's no scope or room for not homosexuality or anything like that. But there's no show for cisgenders or people who don't identify as a man or a woman.
Okay, in which case...
and so on. Like freak shows.
Well, no, but you know what? She obviously hasn't lived them, because there's a nightclub in London called The Box, and most of their acts, at some point on their main act, will be someone of transgender doing something completely outlandish. It's like incredible shows, but things that you literally take your breath away. And this is one of the most trendiest nightclubs in the UK. Like, for her to say that, she's lived a very sheltered life. And the only reason she's seen anything like this is because it is everywhere. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a massive company, be it that or the Chippendales or whatever the hell you want it to be. It is everywhere, and people know about it. Now, thousands and thousands of people go to this nightclub every week in London. It's huge. It's the nuts, and it's not about that. Like, I have transgender followers, like, on my Instagram and stuff like that, who I've actually promoted their bless them. Like, sorry, that sounded really condescending. This one woman come to me and her feed popped. I followed her or something, and she just come up on a video she made for herself saying, I am transgender, this is who I am, this is da 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 da. I shared it. You know what? And I have massive respect for you, because you know what? There a lot of people are afraid of what they are. Like, even if they're a straight man or perhaps out of shape woman or whatever like that, people have so much fear about what they are and who they are. I don't like my body too much. Like, that might sound ridiculous to everyone, but you know what? I make money from it, and I know other people enjoy watching it. Yeah. So I do it. But I've looked at other guys and I'm like, I do prefer his physique. Like, I'm not saying I'm in bad shape. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I don't like the way it looks when it's at its peak. Even though I'm aware it's at its best, it's still, to me, I'm always looking for something else. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So regardless of whether you're transgender, you're straight, or you're whatever, like you're bi, or I don't know, you're larger than life, or you're really, really slim, you're still coming to see a show. You've opted to come to see that show. Now, if I went to see The Lion King and I'm it doesn't matter what I am, like transgender or whatever, I go see The Lion King, I'm like, I don't really think this appeals to human beings very well. Yeah. It's like, it's the show you chose to see. Mary Poppins, well, I don't have a brolly where I can jump out of a fucking top floor window either. Yeah. But I'm not bitching about it. It's a show you want to see. Yeah. Like, stop moaning about it, go over it. I think the sort of, her point was that, the way I read it was that she kind of moaned about the fact that, you know, men cater to, well, there was this show that sort of like objectified the women in the audience, and the women themselves were objectifying the men, and there was this two-way thing between like male and female people. Okay. And she said that like that in itself is because that's okay to kind of do that. That in itself has been socially accepted, and she wants that banned. But she then says like, it is also then seen as hugely controversial for cisgenders or for the sort of LGBT community who kind of identify as whatever they want to identify as. I'm talking about people who say, I'm not a man, I'm a this, I'm not a woman, I'm a this. That's and so on. And she was saying that like they won't do it, or there's nothing for them because it's so controversial. Oh, you mean for them to perform? Yeah. Okay. Because no one would want that. Oh, no, what she said. That's okay. Well, that's that in itself again goes back to the nightclub I was just talking about. Like, they make a lot of money doing it. Like the transgender, or the I don't know what. Again, I haven't seen the article, so I don't know exactly what she was trying to say. But there is a market for everything. Now, the fact of the matter is there are more women and men in the world than there are transgender. It's not to say that people aren't transgender, or that people, like, there's more straight people in the world than there are gay. Well, perhaps. I don't know if there's a... No, I think the homosexual population is a lot less. Yeah, okay. I think I don't know. There's a common denominator. Yeah. So that's not to say that there isn't a market for, I don't know, let's say gay porn or anything like that. That's ridiculous. But it's just because it's not as publicly seen.
Yeah, mainstream is the way it was put. Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
And she's saying it should be. She's saying it should be, and the other one should be.
I don't
banned.
like country music, right?
Yeah.
I don't hear very much of it. I know it exists.
Yeah.
I know people enjoy it, but if I like, I don't know, say pop or something like that, I hear a lot more of it because it's popular music. It's something that's seen a lot more of. I think she's just a very narrow-minded little. I can imagine she's probably at home burning her bras and I don't know. Like,
she's like full on feminist. I think that the sort of bit where I kind of go, you should go fuck yourself, isn't because of what she wrote. She's perfectly fine to write it. My problem is like banning stuff.
Oh yeah, no, like who is she? That's taking away other people's freedoms because someone that's like the People versus Harry Flynn. Have you ever seen it, the film?
Yeah.
Right. So it's banning something because of a choice of taste.
Yeah.
Now if I choose to dislike it or like it, that's my choice to have. I want to have the choice to dislike it. I don't have that taken away from me.
Yeah.
Like, because I want to dislike that. Let me dislike it. This woman, she wants to dislike the situation. Let her, but don't let her put it on us to make it ban or this, that and the other. Takes away all of our freedoms.
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think it was that I see as like where political correctness is kind of gone a bit shitty. And because for me, like, political correctness and freedom of speech and all that means different things to different people. So I don't think political or freedom of speech, for example, in her case, is the ability to kind of say, I want to call something a this. So, for example, if you're of the opinion that there's only two genders, which is the opinion of some people, a man and a woman. So if a man says, I'm now a woman, genetically he isn't. People say, no, I'll call you Sarah, but I don't have to believe that you're a woman.
Right.
Caitlyn Jenner's a good example.
Correct.
All right, so Caitlyn Jenner, I will call, if Caitlyn Jenner walks in here, with respect, I'll say, hello, Caitlyn. And she goes, can I use the ladies' bathroom? I'd say, if you want to, but there's also a male one.
Yeah.
Like, I won't believe that Caitlyn is a woman. That's my opinion.
Okay.
And that's not, I can't even remember what we're talking about now. Sorry, yeah. So my point was that she wants something banned, number one, which I kind of thought, as you say, that's an encroachment on freedom. I think you should go fuck yourself. Mm-hmm. And the second thing is that I think her shitty opinion should be heard, but to shut down others, that's my kind of gripe.
Yeah, it's like everyone opinions like an arsehole. We all have one, but it's. I think when it becomes like people from a certain background or a certain way of life, let's say. I mean, I mean, this could go a lot further. I have issues with with things like religion. Purely because I think one man stands there and says, I'm the voice of my own God, and he's insane. A million people do it, and it's called a religion.
Yeah.
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with believing things. Like, envy those with faith. It must be really nice to believe that there is this more and that my life is going to go down this road and that road or whatever because someone tells me it's going to. But I want to have the option to say I want to believe in it or I don't want to believe in it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It could literally, when will it stop? If we let one person do it, it'd just go on fucking ever, wouldn't it?
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, so here's my position on stuff like that as well. Like, although I think literally every single religion ever is a pile of shit. Like, some of them are better than others. Like, for example, there's one called Jainism, which is like they won't hurt a fly. And they're like super like, they won't make stuff out of wood because it'll damage a tree. So they'll just like cover themselves in leaves and shit. I don't know. But like, it is completely and utterly against their kind of ethos, against their religion to show any kind of violence, even if violence is happening to them, sort of thing. And then you get other religions that say, look, if someone says, like, for example, Satanism is one, right? So it's a common misconception. So I think it's written along the lines of, like, if someone like, mugs you off once, you kind of go, don't do that again. If they do it twice, you say, next time you do it, I'm going to fucking kill you. And then the third time, it says you should destroy them. In Jainism, they say just as long as it takes, just never react, never react, never react. So by definition, then, one is probably a bit better than the other, according to your opinion. But I think they're all bullshit. And if they were made illegal tomorrow, right, I'd be the first fucker in the street saying you should give it back to these crazy fuckers, please. You can't take that away.
No, too right.
You can't take it away. I'll be the first fucker out there. But it's because I want to argue with them about it.
Yeah, exactly. I
think that's the right mix of morality and self-interest.
Precisely. Like, I mean, some of my closest friends are Muslim, and I mean, there are too many narrow-minded donuts in the world as well that actually believe that these extremists are Muslim extremists. I'm sorry, no, you can't be a Muslim extremist because if you're a Muslim, you wouldn't be able to kill people it's not written that way. It's simply it's how people want, or they think that they can change the world by killing X amount of people or something. It's ridiculous. My Muslim friends wouldn't call you by anything other than your name. Yeah. They wouldn't touch your face. Do you know what I mean? That I wouldn't hug my female Muslim friends because I wouldn't want to. Not to say they wouldn't, but I wouldn't want to put them in a position as well where I feel like they're questioning certain things about, like, this. I understand certain things, like they're very respectful towards the. I mean, they're not naive. Like they live like a Westerner's life as such. They're not like. I mean, some of them have like wrap up and stuff like that, and I get that. These people are amazing people, but you get people that say stupid things like. Muslims are not all terrorists are Muslims, but all terrorists. No, not all.
Yeah, go on, work it out. I know what you mean. Yeah,
put my teeth back in. It's just fucking narrow-minded, and it drives me insane because they never say that. Who's that? There's been a number of them. That white guy, that Caucasian fella in the States went out and shot like 100 people.
Yeah.
Well, chances are he's probably Christian if he was from the southern states of America.
Yeah, he had a lot of... the guy that shot the cinema up.
Yeah, they don't say, oh, this Christian extremist. It's, no, this white... Why are we protecting that? Because you know what? Lots of shit things happen in Christianity as well. All this... I watched a film not too long ago, which I could not watch completely without... Like, I wanted to kill someone because...
What film was this? Watership Down.
No, you know what? It was... It was a film where it was basically someone stumbled into a paedophile ring within the Christian community. It went as high as the Pope.
Was this in Boston?
Yes.
The film's called Spotlight. Mark Ruffalo.
Right. Yeah.
Guy who played the Hulk.
Yeah.
He's in it.
So.
It's an amazing movie.
It's an incredible film, but I found myself wanting to cry all the way through, thinking this started with like 2 or 3 people. And the next thing you know, it's like 11 in one town. And then the next thing it's 200 and something. And then the one guy that was the worst out of everyone gets transferred over, or they said he was sick or something, gets moved over to the Vatican City because they have their own laws and he can't be extradited. Like, it's an absolute... And then, yet the people, like, we're supposed to send our children to these places, and I know it happens everywhere. Yeah. But you think, like, I don't understand. Some religions get protected more than others. I understand... like recent years or perhaps for however long, that a lot of people have claimed they are Muslims and they are terrorists. But you know what? All these Yanks that want to shoot people up in the southern states and whatever, or say, oh, I don't know why, I just don't like Mondays and all that crap.
Yeah.
Why are we protecting? Because the truth is they probably believed in someone. I reckon they've had a priest or whatever approach them before they got bloody lethal injection. Do you know what I mean? But... I don't know. It is what it is. We all make decisions in life, and mine will never be to be a part of a religion, but that's my choice to bloody make.
Yeah.
All right, as is yours. If I don't want to eat today, I'm not going to bloody eat. My choice. Do you know what I mean? There's food in the cupboards, so I don't have to take it.
Yeah.
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 No, I agree, because I think one of the biggest things is that... So I still speak to Tanks, who's one of our friends. And he's going to do a podcast on the 20th of us, and I wanted to know like what the sort of uptake is with people with, you know, dog shit views, who should be able to like allow them, because you get a lot of people in the US now who are at university and they'll have someone come in with contradicting opinions or with opinions they don't agree with, and they protest and they won't let them speak because they say it's hate speech as such. So they won't let a speaker that the university is invited in on the basis that, for example, his opinions are too far right or they're too, or whatever the case may be.
That's the whole, like, why would you want your child to be brought up and basically, like, I sung hymns at school, right? And I did it because I was asked to.
You had to, yeah.
Exactly, like, but... as I got older, I was open-minded enough to like, well, I don't have to believe this. I'm very happy that our country had, I wouldn't say has anymore, but it had a Christian like culture. Do you know what I mean? Like, we have churches everywhere. We are this, that, and the other. Like, it's nice to have culture. I'm not a part of it, but I do like walking past nice buildings. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I understand it's like when you go to if I went to Turkey or something, mosques everywhere, like, it's nice. Like, this is their culture, this is their beliefs. It's cool. Everyone has them. Let them. I can't buy into something because I've been told. But there are a lot of people, I suppose, that do. And it's the whole reason why people, the same people that want to preach, you must believe this, you must believe that, are the same people that will not allow other people to come in with an opposing opinion, because God forbid someone goes from believing what they were just saying to, oh no, actually, that might make a bit of sense. Yeah. So then go to believe in that. So
you need a lot of people to go down with your interpretation and to kind of be on board with it, whatever the case may be, whether that's the sort of different factions within Islam, within Hinduism, within Christianity. Yeah. I mean, you kind of look at fucking Northern Ireland, ultra fucking Christian place, and who's killing each other? They're Protestants and Catholics are killing each other. They're all praying to the same God, effectively.
Yeah.
But one just kind of thinks, my version is better, so you should die.
Yeah.
And that's literally arguing my imaginary friend's way of doing things is much better, so I'm going to fucking blow up the school bus. And they'll teach you a lesson.
Yeah. It's fucked up, man.
It is fucked up. But I think, like, the minute... I'm of the opinion, right, if someone has an idea that you kind of go, whoa, shit.
Yeah.
Give him a mic. Let him speak. Let him speak. The best example of that ever, right? Do you remember, like, the fucking British National Party, that fat cunt, Nick Griffin? All right? Like, the actual... He was picking up momentum, I would argue, to some extent. There was little banners. You saw a little bit of a presence. The day that whole political movement fucking died and stopped in its tracks was the minute they put him in front of BBC One audiences on Question Time. They invited him in. They were like, right, speak. And the minute he did that, there was like... I think in his website, it's like he denied the Holocaust. It's like, no, that never happened. Can you believe that? And they kind of go...
Do you know...
It's like, no, that never happened. Black and white people shouldn't mix. You're like, yeah, okay, mate. So you still want to run? Yeah. And then, like, they lost all support overnight.
Did you know there was a similar Holocaust in Turkey? And if you mention it over there, you get messed up.
Really?
I have to Google it. And literally, you can be arrested for speaking of it. And they've literally done everything they can to... I got told about it. The sound guy... You know, you've always got those... I don't know. You might have in all walks of life. It just seems to always be the roadies in my industry. He is like a book of useless information. But you know, sometimes you're just like, did I just hear that right? Like, say that again? And he comes over and he was like, look, it's called something. I mean, I'll have to Google it and show you it because it's almost unbelievable.
I have the internet right in front of my face.
Right. Google Turkish Holocaust.
Right, I'm looking at it.
What's it called?
Oh, the Armenian genocide.
There we go.
That's one, yeah.
Right, so you can't speak of that in Turkey. You'll be arrested.
Yeah, this happened 1915 to 1923.
And they deny it.
Oh, really?
They deny it.
Wow. I don't know anything about this until
no,
you literally just
okay, so
it.
God, I wish I wasn't drunk when he was talking about it.
Great pub quiz question.
Yeah. I mean, the long and short of it is he said like they totally denied it ever happened.
Really?
Like
just wrote it out of history.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Literally erased it from like scripture. Like you can't speak about it. Like it's punishable by whatever. Like I can't even. And I think for you to do something, how it's fucking crazy. Like people will believe it as well. Like, oh no, or because their fear over time, fear of people, the consequences of mentioning it will stop people talking about it.
Yeah,
and eventually it will die out. Like we have the internet and stuff like that now, but what's the point in that? Because eventually one day, did this really happen anyway? Well, where's the proof? Well, it was written on the internet once. Yeah, but loads of I get shit read about me on the internet all the fucking time. Is it true? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I don't know.
It's one of those things though, like where I think we're 150 years ago. So I was listening to this guy on YouTube. He's called Vsauce, and he was talking about like.
Did you say ethos?
No, he's called Vsauce.
Oh, okay.
That's the name of his channel. And I like stumbled over one of his videos, and he kind of he sort of like said something that's kind of like going, "Fucking hell, yeah, that's actually half. Never thought of it that way." And like these opposing opinions. One of them was right that how many times have you listened to your favourite song? Like one of your favourite songs. How many times, if you had to throw a number out there? Hundreds of times, if not thousands of times over the years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking recent weeks. I probably listened to one song. I reckon I listened to one song, I think, about for 3 hours. for some reason it hit home, and I kept hearing different things in it for ages. And it wasn't necessarily my favourite song. It was a song I was clearly enjoying for whatever. Yeah. I listened to it for hours.
Yeah, and he was so I think the whole point of that, he was talking about why do we clap, right? And one of the theories was that it's like an instinctive thing when it's an additional release of excitement. So you're kind of going, yay, this is awesome. I'm going, ooh, and then your body goes, oh, let's get rid of the rest of this, and then you start clapping.
Yeah,
and that was his thing. And you kind of go like, well, 150 years ago, someone might have only listened to their favourite sonnet once or twice because they would have to go and see Mozart play. There was no recordings. You couldn't go and listen to it, for example. You kind of go, fucking hell, yeah, fair play. And kind of go, I've heard that once, and that's my favourite, and that's the only one or two they may have ever heard, kind of thing. No music, so you have to go and literally go and see it. Another guy, I was speaking to one of my clients, who's a German guy, and he's in his late 40s now, kind of thing. And you know, he said to me, it fucking caught me off guard completely. Don't know how we got onto the subject, but as with any German, you start speaking about the war eventually. And it wasn't me. I'm South African. We had some involvement in it, and I don't really care about it too much. And he kind of said that like the hardest thing for him growing up, right? And when he came to the UK when he was like 15, something to do with East and West Germany and all that. And he came here, and it was the hardest thing in the world for him to be taught in school, literally from the age of God knows how old, that his granddad was a bad guy.
Yeah, you know what?
And I was going like, fucking hell, shit. Actually, you know what? Yeah. Good point. He's like, yeah, my granddad was a really bad guy. And like, I can't really speak of him, or I can't show pictures of him, because every picture I have of him, ironically, he's in an SS uniform. The pictures at my mum's house, like people have walked out of the house because, oh, that's my dad, and it's him in a uniform, because you didn't have like fucking Instagram and like a million fucking pictures of people.
No.
So that was the only photos they had.
Yeah.
Kind of go, well, can't really have anyone around because my granddad's in the SS. So he was just, he had to go. You were conscripted in. You had to go in. You didn't have a fucking choice, regardless of what you wanted to do, what you believed in. I think to his own admission, he doesn't know whether his granddad really admitted it or not. And I don't know whether that's him kind of being embarrassed that his granddad might have, or his granddad kind of didn't. Because I think way more people did actually kind of were well on board with this idea at the time. So I think if you can kind of get that feeling of like, if everyone keeps telling you you're the bollocks, right? And then they tell you and your mates, you're all the bollocks, right? And you're in the SS, you're the bollocks of everyone. Everyone's the bollocks, but you guys are really the bollocks. You start believing it.
Yeah.
You get that drummed into you.
Oh no, of course, people start believing their own hype anyway.
Every fucking day.
Who was it? Again, another quote from a film. Law-abiding citizen. Someone says something to Fox? What's his name? This is
Michael J? Not Michael J.
It's not Michael J.
Jamie Foxx.
Michael J. Fox, yeah. What kind of hell, mate? Julius Caesar used to have a man follow him around and whisper in his ear, "You're just a man. You're just a man. You're just a man."
Oh yeah,
as he walked through the streets. So it's that, isn't it? It's in a nutshell. It's not allowing yourself to become bigger than what you think you are. It's very much what in this day and age as well. Everyone's getting famous really fast. It's not like a built-up thing. It's like you go from zero to hot as shit overnight.
Yeah.
And people start becoming like divas, and it's like, divas are shit anyway, but you did nothing to deserve this. You haven't earned this status.
Yeah.
You were seen on something. You were pictured here, or you shagged someone of status, and now you think you're the mutt's nuts. It's like, you know what? If you think that, it won't last very fucking long anyway. But
is Paris Hilton still famous? She's still famous?
I think she'll always be famous, won't she? Because our old man, he owns a lot of like bedsits.
I thought, and I'm not taking a piss here, right? I thought like when Paris Hilton, she had like this TV show with
Nicole
Richie, yeah, right. And I honestly thought that Paris Hilton was Perez Hilton's sister.
Perez Hilton,
the guy with the blog.
Pap.
Yeah, something like that. I thought like that's why she was famous. I didn't think, hotels.
No.
And I was like, why is she famous?
I think Perez Hilton, he became famous from being an outspoken blogger or something, wasn't he?
Yeah. He's like, he roasts.
Yeah, basically.
Americanos.
Which is quite funny, really, because he's probably the easiest person in the world to rip this, I'd say, back end out of.
Rip the ass. I'll swear for you, don't worry.
Yeah, he's a bit of a fucking douche, to be fair.
Yeah. The guy's a cunt, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, massively, but he's done well out of it, isn't he?
Well, Yeah, well, there's that controversial thing in it. I reckon the minute you start stirring some controversy, I don't even think you have to be right. As Denzel says, you just have to be first.
Yeah.
You ain't got to be right, you just got to be first.
Yeah, that's true.
Thing. But yeah, I honestly thought that she was Perez Hilton's sister. I didn't even know why Kim K was fucking Kim K. See, I talk like I know Kim K. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't even know why she was famous
Hang
until.
on, babe, a cup of tea. I'll be downstairs.
Yeah, I didn't even know why she was famous, and then I realised her dad was part of the legal team for O.J. Simpson.
Oh my god, have you seen the? I mean, it's not really changing the subject. Have you seen O.J. Simpson, the Netflix?
No, I haven't.
Oh my god,
is it dench?
It's like, again, back to the People versus Harry Flynn. You know how that shaped America in many ways because he was fighting for other people's freedoms.
Yeah.
Mate, the shit that you don't realise how bad things were. Like, there were so many fuck-ups in that case. The glove didn't even fit.
Yeah.
The glove that they would like, this is evidence, blah, blah, blah. They made him try it on in court. It didn't fit his fucking hand. It was too small.
If it does not fit, you must acquit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, everyone was like, okay, he did it. We know he did it.
Do you reckon he did it? What's your opinion?
But the thing is, in American law, it has to be undeniable. It can't be
beyond a reasonable doubt.
Beyond a reasonable doubt, exactly. Yeah. Like, before you can send someone to the chair. Do you know what I mean? Like, and the guy, there was the guy that believed, like, that even he was the, what do you call it? You know, when you're the head of the jury.
Oh yeah, head juror. Is that what it's called?
No,
foreman,
yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
He even said, like, my country did not do their job because they did not serve us with, like, it wasn't beyond reasonable doubt. Like,
wow.
I believe he's done it, but I can't put him to death.
The evidence isn't
because
there.
the evidence isn't there. Exactly.
Wow. I don't know too much about the case, but
oh my god, watch it.
Having watched that, do you think he's guilty or not guilty?
You know what? There's still a couple more left because it's. I'd say the fucker done it, and you know what? 3 years later, the geezer got fucking banged up for 20 years for armed robbery, right? For nicking back his own fucking memorabilia.
No,
shit, you not. This geezer was signing, like, they would send him in patches, like, to sew on to football in prison. He was signing them, but because they were signed while he was in prison, he was selling for $800 a piece. And it was paying for his law legal fees and stuff.
No way.
Yeah, like, there were so many things that were fucked up. Things, perhaps, were they planted? Were they not? How did the blood get here? How was it not there?
Yeah, in the white Bronco,
mate. But yeah, exactly. And there's this guy that they're like, when you, you know what? I've watched a lot of legal things, so I'm trying to get the terminology right. But hey, I can't fucking remember it. This one guy, that's meant to have found all this evidence. It's like, oh, come over here, look at this. Oh my god, look, we've got him. Da 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 da. Is it depose? You depose someone?
Yeah, depose.
So they were like, have you ever said a racial slur or blah blah blah, all this sort of stuff? It was like, no, definitely not, mate. They only go and find a video of him saying, yeah, you know, gotta teach these niggers occasionally, and give them a good slap. It's like, dude, in what world is that right anyway?
Wow.
But secondly, the LA police was so racist, mate. So many people got sacked. It was ridiculous. Like, everything changed because it was, obviously, he was the juice. He was the nuts.
The juice.
Like, the juice. OJ, you know what I'm saying?
Have you seen this show? It's called You Got Juiced.
No.
He did like a prank show. I'll show you that later. Anyway, Karen.
No, it's you'd have to show me that. But you wouldn't think someone could go into, I mean, yeah, there were the riots and stuff like that around the time when that guy got shot, and it was obviously massively racial and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, we know it happens and it's disgusting, but you wouldn't. I couldn't imagine in such a case such as that, where people could be so openly racist and then be used like that. They were like, this is the one that's going to send him down. He found this, bosh. And then all of a sudden he's like, end this and da-da-da-da. And it's like, so clearly you're a racist. Well, yes. So what's to say you didn't plant that there? Okay, done.
Touche.
So even though the evidence was probably legit, he screwed himself over and the country because...
Shit, stuff like that always come bite you in the arse, innit?
Yeah, massively.
Proper.
Like, yeah.
Proper. You can't just chuck words like that out anyway.
You really can't. Like, I mean, it's...
Not on tape.
I just did.
In a pub. Oh, but that's fine. Like, I don't think there's a problem with it. It's
I don't. I mean, I
all okay or none of it's okay.
Yeah, like, I mean, when people say don't say the word nigger, like, it's okay. Well, how would I know what word not to say for starters? And I want to understand why I shouldn't say it. Now, I understand why I shouldn't say it. I'm a man, and I won't use it. Okay, but if I'm using something that obviously like I just did to describe something that was said or avoided or whatever, you have to. But then people still get like offended by it. Like you've just, I can't believe you just said, you can't say that. Well, no, actually I do. Like I have to say that was what was said. Otherwise I just go, well, you know that and
the
no, I'm a fucking grown ass man.
People say the N word.
Yeah, like
we all know what you mean.
Yeah, like just.
It
was said, it was done. Like I didn't lynch no one, I didn't fucking string no one up. Like I'm not a fucking racist. Like if I choose to say something or not say something, that's my fucking choice. But I'm not about to like avoid saying something because I didn't oppress your people. Like,
I'm so desensitized against that word anyway. It's like the word cunt. Like really, like
mate,
we call each other cunts.
Fun. Exactly, the cunt's my favourite word. I'm not even
a beautiful word. Like, and it's like. I never really even saw that. I think the first time you hear it, you kind of go, that one zips across the back. You know, that one's got some zip on it. You just become desensitized.
Yeah, I don't think... Another thing is like because we openly speak to each other the way we do.
Yeah.
Like I've got friends that are like in the Dream Boys alone. Like we've got a guy that's got Oriental origins. We've got Conrad who's like... Jamaican origin, another guy from Lithuania. Like we've got like guys that are just we cover all grounds. Oh, sorry,
like the UN.
Yeah, like you can we're
all inclusive.
We literally, I mean, we take the piss out. Like there's no whole bars. Like it's literally like Eddie Murphy or what's his face, Richard Pryor just goes in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We tear each other apart, and it's not because we're racist or in any way like mean anything we're saying. It's like, you know what, the comedians are here to make fun of things that are strong, like disease and stuff like that, because you know what, if you don't fucking laugh about it, you don't crying about it, and everyone be a bunch of miserable bastards in the world. Don't take life too fucking seriously. If you're purple, blue, whatever, blah blah, like, and you're standing in front of a comedian, he's gonna rip the shit out of you anyway. If you're gay, straight, like if you're straight, he'll fucking rip the shit out of you for one reason or another. Do you know what I mean? It's not always... It doesn't have to be for something he sees. It can be something, unfortunately, you might not see in yourself.
Yeah.
Like I think everything should be made light of. Life's taken too fucking seriously.
Oh, I agree.
I'm not saying the matters that occur should be made light of as such. Like,
but it's not real. Comedy's not real.
No, it's not. But people, this is what I'm saying. Like, some people go, "Oh, it's a bit close to the mark." I love Jimmy Carr. Geezer's dry. I mean,
Jimmy Carr tells my favourite joke, and there's the word AIDS in it.
Dude, I'm not sure I want to say it's my favourite joke, but I know.
But that is my favourite joke. If you don't know what it is, go Google it. And I don't even want to waste it on here because I can't give it the actual proper merits that it deserves.
You know, that's some delivery. That is,
and it's just beautiful.
But he's amazing. He says it as it is, and there's no like you got to enjoy it.
Yeah, you got to cut. Like absolutely nothing actually happens if you are offended. No. Believe it or not. Like nothing happens. Absolutely nothing takes place. There's a guy that I think I saw him. He was on what's that? Live at the Apollo. Right. And he kind of said like, you know, if people, the only way he would ever stop offending people is if people were offended, and the next day they woke up and they had leprosy. He's like, then I'll probably stop because I don't want to give anyone that disease because that's a bad disease. He's just like, then I would kind of go stop. But until that happens.
People are always going to be offended. Like, I mean, we're going in deep about some things that are probably... If someone say they were offended, you kind of go, all right, it's funny, but I understand you're offended, but, you know, whatever. Whereas that other Doris from fucking 10 minutes ago we were talking about, who was literally offended by the
social justice.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, fuck offending her. Like, give a fuck. You're unfortunately, your actions and your thoughts are offensive in general life.
Yeah.
Like... But I don't care about you. Like, you're not going to hurt my feelings about.
But that's the thing, you just said it there. Like it's facts versus feelings.
Yeah,
and that's it. Like, unfortunately, no one gives a fuck about how you feel. If you bring a good fact to the table, you kind of go, look, here's my argument. I think something should be re-looked at because of here's my evidence for it.
Yeah,
and you kind of go, okay, that's an argument for it. that's not an emotional response. That's someone who's thought about something. Just because something fucking triggers you and you kind of want to have an emotional reaction to it doesn't give you any justification to carry that out.
That priest did, isn't it, against Harry Flynn? He was like, he's suing for emotional distress or something. He's like, you can't prove that. Of course, everything's going to be stressful, or like emotionally distressful or whatever, but then no person standing for political office or whatever would ever do it because they stand for ridicule by everyone in the nation if they don't like them. Like every comedian is going at them. Does that mean they have to sue every person for it?
Well, yeah.
No, it's fucking ridiculous. These people make me sick.
No, but I think like if you have the bollocks to sue someone because they've taken a piss out of you, like you have some serious fucking problems. Like you've got a lot of fucking shit to think about. You have to take a good hard look at yourself and go, I'm taking someone to court. Yeah, I'm taking someone to court because...
What was the joke? He was meant to have fornicated with his mother in an outhouse or something.
Yes.
The most Christian man on US TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it got turned over anyway, didn't it, in the Supreme Court Justice.
Yeah.
So you're fucking right as well. Like, get over it. Like, you put yourself out there. It's like all these celebrities that bitch about, oh, the press are always in my face, or, oh, I can't stand it, like, perhaps, blah, blah, blah. Fuck off. They put you on the pedestal, right? Now, dance. Like, do what the fuck they want. Smile. Fucking be grumpy bastard. Give them something to fucking post about. Give a fuck. They've made you your money, right? This is a life you've chosen to be in, right? Now deal with it.
Yeah.
Get over it. Yeah.
So Lady Gaga came out of, I think she had like a bad day. Like a fucking woofed a day. And she was like, I've been in hiding. And she went in hiding for like, I don't know, fucking few months. The next minute, she's like, I just want everyone off my back. Right after this Grammys performance. After I'm on the Grammys, then I want everyone off my back. I don't want the attention. You kind of go like, you dumb motherfucker. Like, what are you on about?
It's people can't take the rough with the smooth.
It's like, what? Well, some people say that I didn't ask for all this fame.
Okay, you know what? If you're born the king or something, now I get that. You didn't actually ask for that.
Yeah, like Prince Harry didn't ask for it. No, but look at him. He's fucking styling that shit out.
Yeah, you know what? And yeah, he's playing the hand he's dealt, and he's playing it well because that...
Prince Harry's a hero.
He really is right about now. I'm not even allowed to look at... I wasn't allowed to look at that woman on Suits just because she was too pretty.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you could turn blind and shit.
We've committed treason. High treason. She was all that. She was beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, like, okay, that's probably one of the only, or you're a shaker or whatever, not that I've ever seen really one of those in person. But aside from that, like, if your dreams take you to where, like, and you pursue them and you do well and you're successful, unfortunately, you, again, like, that was a dream of yours and you knew what come with that. Like, how would you know that you wanted to be a pop star? Because you've heard it on the radio, because you've seen it in the magazine. Yeah. Where the fuck did you end up? Like, use your nut. Like, oh, I want to be really listening. I want everyone to know who I am and listen to my music. But I don't want everyone.
I don't want
to
anything
know who
else that comes with it. Yeah.
Like, really, how would they listen to my? You're fucking dumb shit.
Yeah.
Open your fucking mind up a little bit. Like, this doesn't just happen.
Yeah. Do you think that sometimes the press go after people unfairly?
I think the press do whatever the fuck they want. I think if you keep the press sweet, they'll, like, you scratch their back, they'll scratch yours. I think they'll go after anything. I mean, like the whole Princess Diana thing, I think they went after it a little bit hard.
I'm going to come out and say it. I don't like Princess Diana.
Do you know?
I don't like Princess Diana.
We were like 8 years old when she died.
Yeah, so I've read some stuff.
Oh, have you? Something bad about Princess Diana?
No, do you know what it was, right? I don't think that she was, and I know she's like a fucking national, and I hate Mother Teresa as well. Like, I fucking hate her. She's a cancerous bitch. I'm devastated there's not a hell for her to go to. I mean that. Diana, not so much. But like Princess Diana, right, nice enough lady, and I get that, but she was all about the glam. No other fucking royal in their fucking right mind, right, would be dancing across the fucking White House with John Travolta for a start. I don't think she liked the sacrifice. I don't think she liked the fucking public duty. Walking around a minefield for a bit, right, ain't enough. Ain't enough. Ain't enough. Look at her kids.
I got a question, actually. Was she chosen? Did she have a choice? She fucking...
Yeah, of course she did, man. What the fuck do you expect?
I don't know. I don't know if you have the... Is that like a...
No.
Do you know what I mean?
I choose bitch number 23.
What I'm saying is, like, do her family have some sort of... Is it like an arrangement? Because, lots of people get married these days for beneficial. Like, I've got gay guys that are married to women. They're worth millions, and they give them a life, and in return they give them the facade that they're straight.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, do you know what I mean? It's very much like that. So I just want to know, like, perhaps.
I think she had a choice. Everyone has a choice. I think then just tell Prince Charles you're not in love with him. So I'm not in love with you. I'm not going to marry you.
I think didn't she? Weren't she like she shagging that other ginger bloke who Prince Harry looks?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, there was a lot of that. There was like, just thing after thing about public engagements where she would have a strap on, or she wouldn't really want to wear what she was supposed to wear. She wanted the finest of the finest already.
Oh, really?
I kind of go like, well, okay, Diana, like, you know what, mate? Maybe you should just fucking rock up to your fucking ceremonies, cut a ribbon, and fuck off. It's not about you. It isn't about her. That's the thing. Well, I think like the hot one, Duchess of Cambridge, who fucking William just married.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of go, she's there. She's fucking humble. She just does her fucking public duty, and she know what it's about. You won't see her rocking around fucking Steve McQueen dress and fucking diamonds and dancing in the fucking White House, because that's not what a fucking royal does. Yes, she got caught with her titties out, and there was pictures of that. But that's not her fault. She didn't go dancing with John Travolta in the fucking White House. And it's like taking sponsorship deals, basically. Fucking wearing Virgin Atlantic shit just because that's what she fucking had to fly with. So she was upgraded to first class, left, right, and fucking centre. I know it's really unpopular. But I just think, like, I'm not saying she's a bad woman. She's a great mum, obviously, to her kids and that. And, yeah, it was a bit unorthodox the way she died. I don't know how she died. No one really knows.
No.
But overall, I don't think she was all that. I don't. And Mother Teresa's a cunt. Here you go, right? Mother Teresa was in India. All right, hang on. Here you go. Mother Teresa was in India, right? What do you think she was doing there? Do you know?
I have no idea.
Mother Teresa took sick, vulnerable fuckers, chucked them in a hospice, all right, so they can suffer, refused all medicine and legal aid. And she campaigned against birth control, all right, in central India. Do you know why? So that they could get closer to God, because suffering brings you closer. She let them suffer on fucking purpose. People just laying in shit and piss everywhere while she's off fucking swanning it. And in the end of her days, right, when she was sort of coming towards the end of it, she was, she even wrote to the Vatican and she says, I don't feel a presence, all right? I don't know if I actually believe in this. And you know what they said to her? They said, good. That's what's supposed to happen. This is a test. Yeah, look it up, man. Raggedy old bitch. She was she fucking took money from dictators in Cambodia. I think it's believed the same guy that was fucking donating money so that she was a poster child for the fucking Vatican, basically. Just getting all this money in, getting fucking huge amounts of donations into a fucking hospice where people are just like, kids, man, kids. Imagine walking to the hospice, right? It's like, there's a 4-year-old there, covered in shit and piss and dying. She's going, yes, he's getting closer to God. Yeah, that's what he's doing. So just off next.
No, my head. That's...
See? Ain't it all about that?
No, you know what? I feel totally ignorant to it all, because obviously I don't... I need to read more. I think... Yeah, no, this...
See, it's a case of having an opinion on someone who's really unpopular.
It is,
which
like,
that doesn't make you a good guy. Like, people fucking lambast me for that. But I go, fucking read it. Make your own mind up.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, I mean, obviously, you assume that any public figure that's constantly portrayed in a manner that's angelic or whatever.
Jimmy Savile, there you go. He was the nation's hero.
Mm.
He was. I mean, I can remember. Did you ever watch that thing about how awesome his life was? And then it literally turned out that he wasn't as great as he was.
Yeah.
Because if enough people cover for you, or not enough people sort of speak out and kind of go, this is bullshit, absolute fucking bullshit.
Mm.
How people ever know? People aren't going to know. They're just going to go along with what they've read and so on and so on.
No,
I've seen people come to me, right, with fucking stories and with events, or with the last one was Brian Habana, very famous South African rugby player. Like they said he died. There was a headline that says Brian Habana dies or something like that, right? Some guy runs across the office and tells you that Brian Habana has died just because he read the one line. If he clicked on it, right, yes, the headline was misleading. If you read 4 sentences in, it said Brian Habana denies. Claims that he's died. So you can only deny them if he's still alive, right? Mm. And it was some fucking fake ruse. But it's just a case of just taking the time just to go, I'll just go an inch deep into the subject and really, just maybe dissect it a bit more. Yeah. Runs across like a fucking hippie bitch. having an opinion on something that's really unpopular. That's all it is. It's not hard to kind of get shit for yourself and figure it out, is it?
No, that's true. But then you got to want to look, haven't you? Like, I'm clearly pretty content with. There's certain things that obviously I wouldn't. I've not been put in a position where I until now, like even. I mean, I know little to nothing about Mother Teresa. I only know the context in which her name is ever used.
Yeah.
And that, again, is by popular demand or whatever, like, the way it's been used regularly. Like, I'm no Mother Teresa. Like, turns out neither was she.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah.
But then again, like, who is really going to read up about someone to that extent? I kind of did it by choice. I just kind of thought, well, let's see what she was really about. You know, let's read. And I read a book about a guy called Heinrich Kissinger, and he's seen as somewhat of an American hero to some extent, but really bad guy. Like, he made a lot of shitty decisions when he was in power and started a load of shit and got a lot of people killed. And, you know, people kind of go, well, you know, he's an okay dude. He's an okay dude. In the same way that I don't think that, you know, JFK, the Clintons are all that.
JFK was a racist.
Was he?
No, he was loved, right? Now, to this day, well, JFK this, blah, 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 even in his day, he was adored. Now, I've read the book on Frank Sinatra's life.
Wow.
And then I've also watched the film. And when the Rat Pack put together or whatever, they would always make Sammy Davis Jr. like the butt of their jokes. And then the idea, they were actually meant to perform at a party or something like that for the president.
Right.
And when it come about, JFK was like, well, I don't want Sammy Davis Jr. there. He's black. Like, what? It was like, yeah, he can't be there. I don't want him there. Do you know what I mean? Which is that they end up falling out massively about this, because it was like he wasn't being supportive of his friend, but he still went to this dude, but didn't take him with. So yeah. I think it all went to fucking pot after that. But yeah, like, you would have thought that, especially around that time, what's the 70s sort of thing, you just have like Martin Luther King and all that sort of stuff. Like, it's a massive deal to get into power and shit like that. You obviously embrace the fucking the African American vote and blah blah. No, it was. I mean, this is going on a film. However, it was something that was meant to have caused mass conflict between the Rat Pack. So much so, I mean, Sammy Davis Jr. took it on stage for years. Like, they'd make him like, pretend to shine my shoes, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
He'd be like, well, okay, and he'd joke along with it, thinking he was part of it. When in actual fact, he was being the butt of their jokes.
Wow.
Dean Martin was really bad for it, apparently. But yeah, again, that's not fact, but it's in the book and it's on the film as well. So clearly, enough people are talking about it. So who knows?
But this is like you say, it's these little ignorances, these little fucking stories that you hear down the grapevine, right? And I heard that, is it Jesse Owens who won a gold medal at the 1936 Berlin Games? All right, black runner from the USA. All right, and what happened was that there was this story whereby Hitler hated him. Hitler fucking hated the fact that this guy won, which he very well could have done, right? And there was a story that Hitler refused to shake the black athlete's hands, all right? And what happened was that Goebbels came to him and said, like, we've got a bit of a problem, mate. Everyone in the world's here, and you're only shaking German competitors' hands, like black or white, regardless of who the German athletes were. So Hitler then said, fuck it, I won't shake anyone's hand then, kind of thing. And that was spun as Hitler won't shake anyone's hand. And the American president, ironically, is the only one who openly refused to shake the hand of Jesse Owens. Hitler didn't. Hitler just said, fuck it, I won't shake anyone's hand at all then. If I just want to do the Germans, they go, no, you've got to do them all. It's like, fuck it, I won't do any then. But the story was that he said, no, I don't want to shake the hand of Jesse Owens. See? A little bit of reading, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Goes a long way.
It's been quite educational, you know.
No, it is. It is. And we've done an hour now. We're good to go.
Banging.
There you go. Thanks, mate.
That's all right, mate. I've enjoyed it.